Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of the Operation Pontus campaign for DCS World in the F-18. The setup for today's mission's pretty much the same as the setup for last week's mission, just with a couple of alterations. One, I've ditched the central fuel tank of the cap loadout that I'm taking. The reason for that is that would put me just over £48,000, and I've been having issues with breaking the landing gear when hooking up to the catapult. 2 fuel pods are still plenty, even with a lot of loitering time. Apologies for my voice, by the way, I've got a bit of a cold, so it's coming out very scratchy. The other change is I've swapped Pickle and Trimmer's roles over because Pickle turns out to be hopeless at doing seed operations, so now Trimmer is doing the seed operations. Pickle is assigned to Cap A, which should be the fairly quiet sector. Fish is doing Cap in Charlie sector. Hooter's still on the strike roll because Hooter's been absolutely smashing it on the strike roll. And otherwise, our focus is to continue to gain air superiority and clear out some of their SAMs that are starting to litter the area. And with that in mind, all the flights do have at least one harm missile so that everyone has the ability to defend themselves from SAMs and hopefully pick out a couple of SAMs as we go. Anyway, let's get into it. So it's all in all a pretty quiet mission. This was the first little bit of entertainment we had, is I was getting locked by an S6. I was heading in, it was in the mountains, so I wanted to try and get some altitude before launching. And so as I'm climbing here to make sure I've got sort of a downward pointing trajectory, the contact disappears. Turns out with the after action briefing that one of the other flights had actually taken us out. Fish had harm and took it out. Anyway, the next contact that we had was a pair of Su-23s that were heading towards us. And after a little bit of back and forth, I finally do manage to get a lock here on the lead aircraft.
Good job,
already
nice
within
shot.
max range.
Grateful, sir.
So I just start closing in. Get a missile warning alert, so decide to fire and then go evasive. Still trying to keep my missile seeker, my radar seeker on the enemy, but I do lose the lock.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Good kill.
But then I get a kill anyway. This was because the enemy went evasive and smashed into a mountain. So I think this is partly being caused by the fact that we've got almost complete air superiority at this point. They're really not sending out decent planes, and I think the planes that they do have really rookie crews on board. So we get another contact. I do shoot. Again, go evasive because there's another missile warning. But this time my wingman has already launched, and so as I continue to go evasive, he gets the kill. And so that was really it in terms of what I around. My other flights did really well. Trimmer in particular gets a really good set of kills. Just got that nice third-person view of him finishing off a SAM site. But otherwise, we did pretty quiet day that time. So I think at this point we've established really strong air superiority. I don't know if the Russians actually start coming in later because we're just fighting the separatists at this point. So I'll have to keep an eye out, but I think definitely next time we're going to go a bit more aggressive, and I'm probably going to go for a strike mission just to mix things up. I definitely am not going to go for another dedicated air superiority, because I don't think there's really any need. Anyway, so in terms of what we got elsewise, other than those crashed Su-23 and my wingman's Su-23, Fish is the one who took out that SA-6 site we saw at the beginning. Trimmer on Seed got 2 SA-8s and that Shilker that we saw. Hooter as always did a fantastic job on the strike targets. got a SA-13, a Ural, an SA-9, 2 Shilkers, and a Scud. And Pickle even managed to get a dog ear sight on his own, so he's finally actually done some seed when I finally told him to stop trying to do seed. But yeah, so next time we're going to go a bit more aggressive, a bit more ground attacky, try and push the front line a bit more. So yeah, sorry about the short video this time. If you enjoyed it, do leave a like, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers.